got? Alright, everyone get your caffeine ready. If you guys are on TikTok, I have not been live for a few days. So if you guys can help me out with likes and shares, because if not, it's not going to get pushed fast enough in the beginning. If you don't go live for a few days on TikTok, it shows your video to less and less and less and less people. The more consistent you are, the more people will get notified. So a lot of people are not going to get notifications tonight. TikTok is what TikTok is. Whatever. Wake up tea. Yay. I'm reading a new book today. I'm not sure how I feel. It's a very different, very personal writing style, so I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, but we shall get through it. Let's see. Cinematic trailer. You say cinematic trailer, and I don't know why. The first thing I'm thinking of is Stray Kids. I do see, yeah, so the author's actually going to be coming to one of my local bookstores on the 9th for his new book. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's throw another author signing in there. I mean, R.F. Kuang's not going to be signing the Poppy Wars because they're limiting her signing to one book anyway, so if I don't finish the Poppy Wars, it's fine. But I'm going to read this book, and then on August 9th, I will meet the author. And I have seen him live several times on TikTok. See how I like it. I am doing good. I am doing very good. Very productive day. So, hey, Cassie. Oh, I've had those days. I've had those days. Just come in here, de-stress, pick up a book. Let's escape it together. Let's see here. I always forget to have to escape and put on socks. Doesn't matter for YouTube, but on TikTok you can see my feet whenever I put my feet on the couch, so I'll be getting some socks when we start the sprint. I think we're at a good spot to get started, so I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to grab your books, drinks, cats, all that jazz. I've been to very, very crazy concerts, yeah, Cassie. The day of the Stray Kids concert, like, it's crazy how quick you get those headaches, too. Like, heat headaches, being super active, screaming, like... Some concerts are so much fun, it makes you sick, and those are the best ones. What up, Saturn? Come with me, let's escape now. Dude, I don't know what Stray Kids drank in London, but they need more of that, because we want more of that. Like, that footage was... It was brilliant. It was amazing. Forgot to move the YouTube chat over here so I could see it better. I'm sorry, YouTube. I apologize. Stray Kids was... I know. They loved... I can't believe it's over. They need to, like... I mean, we have a comeback. They need another world tour. Even though they always start with the Asian countries and we won't see them until, like, 2 years later. But here's to hoping. Alright, guys. 30 minutes on the clock. Happy sprinting. I gotta get some socks real quick. What are you doing? I'll be right back. first sprint go for everyone? Perfect. Oh yeah, Aragon. Aragon wasn't my fantasy discovery, but it definitely taught me that I like big books and I cannot lie. And I love dragons, and I love fantasy series. Aragon is my money thief. I will drop some good dough on Aragon, as you can tell. Finished Thunderhead. Oh, Nicole, the Toll is my favorite. I will give you fair warning. The Toll is written in such a different style. Like, it's still Neil Shusterman. It's still fantastic. But there's a lot of time hop and perspective hop. But I absolutely love. Oh, it was so great piecing everything together. Few chapters of manga, then Don Quixote. Ah, thanks for the cat. It's a new TikTok gift that I hadn't seen before. I don't know what its relation is. Shadow and Bone made me love fantasy and start reading regularly. Shadow and Bone's awesome too. It sucks. Leigh Bardugo is going to be in South Texas in Houston, and I'm actually going to be in Austin like 2 days before that. And I was like, oh, I can go and meet her and have her sign my Shadow and Bone series. Event is sold out, which valid as it should be. So no chance on that one happening. It's fantastic. Saturn read 7 pages. I don't know how many pages I read. I'm starting to get into this book. I think I'm bending the cover a little bit. No one's been reading the series from my library, but it was checked out when I went there today. The series, which one? Aragon? Oh, or Shadow and Bone, or which one? Loving Shadow and Bone, page 163. It is, yay! It is good. It is so good. After you've seen Shadow and Bone, if you ever want to check out the Shadow and Bone TV show, like, I know it was canceled. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if they still have it, but I think season 1 they did a really good job of combining the trilogy with the duology in the same time frame. I think they did a good job with that. Oh, gotcha. The Toll, that's right. Yes. As soon as you find it, grab it, snag it. It's good. The end of Thunderhead, though. How you feeling with the end of Thunderhead? Because that was, I felt like the end of Thunderhead was like the end of a movie. Like, it was just this crazy action-packed montage of events. It was absolutely insane. Shadow and Bone last summer, loved it. Need to get to the rest. I read Shadow and Bone in 2022, so I'm kind of tempted to do a reread. Because I read the 2 duologies in 2023. Six of Crows do it before watching the show. Yeah, I would do that. I would read Six of Crows first before watching the Shadow and Bone TV shows. So what they do is they take Six of Crows. That way the cast members are kind of still fresh in your mind, and when you watch the show, you can fall. I think they did excellent casting for what's called the Crows. You'll find out who they are in the duology. But I think the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology, they changed the timeline from the books, but they did it in such a good fashion that it was still it was still great. It was great. I want to meet Leigh Bardugo so bad. Yeah, Isabella, if you're not here, let's just say all of us Americans don't recommend you coming right now. And I understand completely. I understand the fear, and it's valid. I'm not gonna try and sweeten that up. You have it on reserve. Oh, nice. Skip watching the show because they combine the 2. So, and I think it's still well done. Considering how they did it, I think it's still well done. It's not the same story. It's kind of like, if you've ever read Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkind, they did like a spin-off TV show that was loosely based. So with Shadow and Bone, you still have a lot of the same elements, but it is loosely based on the books. You still have the same characters, the same magical abilities, almost the same storyline, but the Crows are more involved in the main storyline of Shadow and Bone than they were in the books. It's still so much fun. It's still so much fun. But definitely, like, don't compare one to the other. Almost treat it as a separate, I guess treat the show like a fan fiction. It's not gonna follow the same exact storyline, but treat the show like a fan fiction, but it was still so well done. I read the Demon in the Wood. Dude, I still haven't read Demon in the Wood. It is still wrapped. I keep telling myself that I'm just going to take a day, read it, and then that way I can say that I've read the entire Grishaverse. I still haven't read Demon in the Wood. I tell myself every single time that, you know, okay, well, I'm going to read it after this book. If, I might just take it with me. I go out of town next month for a work trip. I might take it with me because it's skinny enough. I just need to get out and read it. Dang it. I'll be harsh because Six of Crows is my favorite duology. So, and that's what I'm saying. And the TV show Shadow and Bone, they did the crows. The crows are perfect. The casting of the crows is perfect. Their storyline is not exactly like the books, but their personalities, the characters, the casting is perfect. I think the crows is what makes the TV show good. And the dark one. The Darkling makes it good too. I read the whole trilogy last year because I currently have 30 plus series I need to finish. I know, I have a list of series that I need to finish, and the Grishaverse is not done because I have not read Demon in the Wood. And I'm just like, you know, it's a graphic novel. It's not anything hard. I'm just not reading it for whatever reason. It's still wrapped. It's actually, it's out of order. The number that it has on there is out of order. Like, it's not in the shelf with the numbers. I literally have it wrapped next to Shadow and Bone so I could at some point pick it up. What up, Jamie? I think it's Jamie. Lost in Books? No. Lost in Books is different, right? So I'm gonna watch all adaptation now as a fan fiction. Yes. There are some adaptations, like, for example, Paolini says that Aragon has never been made. There's never been a proper adaptation of Aragon made. Because we all know what the movie was like. But I think Shadow and Bone was good. I have not finished season 2, so I will not speak on season 2, but season 1, I absolutely loved it. And now whenever I read the books, that is how I picture them. Even though their age is not the same in the books and the TV show, everything else about them is perfect in the TV show, and that's how I picture them in the books now. Grishaverse is one series when I made a checklist recently. Yeah, I can't the whole Grisha, like the trilogy, the 2 duologies, Demon in the Wood. I think there's another book of short stories that was kind of somewhat part of the trilogy. I haven't read that one, so technically I still need to find that one as well. I'm obsessed with To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, such a good book, and has a lot to say about colonization, but it's a fantasy and it can be hard to read. Oh, I haven't looked into that one. What was the author of We Were Never Here? We Were Never Here. Oh, you mean We Are Not From Here? That was Jenny Torres Sanchez. Jenny Torres Sanchez. So 3 names there. Jenny Torres Sanchez is the author of We Are Not From Here. I liked the movie till I read the books. Dude, okay, Aragon, I was introduced to Aragon by the movies, and Paolini has actually addressed that. He's like, I can't hate the movie because a lot of fans were made because of the movie. So I saw the movie, then I read the books, loved it, saw the movie again, and I thought, WTF. So I will not lie, I have a copy of the Aragon movie because it's in the Aragon world. I actually also found, I think it was the PS1 game of Aragon, and I got just to have that. I have it. But the books are definitely like the movie was basically they either had to rewrite book 2 or redo book 1 because the directors only read the first book and made the movie, and they cut out so many crucial elements, and they even changed the ending to where you couldn't continue into book 2. So that's where like the Aragon movie was just like but we have the Disney Plus show that Paolini is still working with, and the fact, I think it's still in discussions. Like, I think they're still doing, like, rough scripts. So it's gonna be, honestly, maybe a few years before anything happens. With the Aragon TV show, I think, honestly, until they get a line producer or a showrunner, we shouldn't get our hopes up. It's common for networks to pick up the copyrights to something just so nobody else puts their hands on it. It's a mix of Little Mermaid and Cinderella. Wait, which one? I missed that, Sam. What are you talking about? Upon starlit tide and fans of fairy tale retellings. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Hello. I'm craving salty. I'm gonna do this while everyone gets ready for the next sprint. This has become my very unhealthy addiction, but I'm out of hot Cheetos. And now that I'm running again, my body's craving a lot more sodium. So, there you go. I just had a clip over here. Didn't I just have a clip? I did. It's right there. Everyone stay hydrated, please. All right, Nicole. We shall be here. All right. 30 minutes on the clock. Happy sprinting, everybody. Alright, that actually went a lot faster than what I thought. How did that go for everyone? How far am I getting in this book? This book is... it's a chipping away kind of book. Smaller font than what I'm used to. Wait, is that? No, I'm over here. 64. Let's see. Alright. Hi, Jen. Reading a NetGalley art called Maggie or a Man and Woman Walk into a Bar. Nice. I just finished an arc yesterday that comes out on August 5th. Then I have another one that comes out on the 19th. So they got 6% further, but I'm chipping away. I'm going to try and finish this arc tonight. Nice. Dude, what is it with... Is August just like the month of arcs? I feel like everyone's reading an arc. Reading Reawakened by Colleen Hoek? Sorry. Reading some short stories from various animes. Nice. My first son. I was like, version? My first son was in need of attention. I don't know where Xena went. Xena probably found a bug. So. At page 139 in your book, almost 40% for Isabella. I did get a good question answered. So the arc that I finished was called Island of Forgotten Gods, and it's actually a middle grade. So like at the very beginning when I was reading it, I was like, what age is this? And I don't think it was until the end of the book I was like, this kid is 12. It's not bad. It deals with these, 12, 13-year-old, these kids that go to Puerto Rico for the summer, spend time with their abuela. So it, like, the Puerto Rico aspect of it was a lot of fun because I was just like nostalgic, going to all these locations they were going to mentally. But one of them is trying to like do enter a documentary contest. So he's trying to like film random things on the island. And then the other, while they're trying to film something, they start getting chased by a monster, and they dive into like Puerto Rico's lore, legend, and mythology of the ancient, like the Taino tribes. So it's not bad. I really had to put myself in the mindset of a middle grade reader to not like be super harsh on it. Cause yeah, when it's like middle grade, there's a lot that you don't have to explain, and there's a lot I'm sitting there like, well, I'm just supposed to like accept this? Yes, you are. Books are like 150 pages and have 4 or 5 stories in each. That's the anime short stories you're reading, right? Filler episodes. But yeah, the next one that I have, so the book is, why do I always, the night ends in fire? The Night Ends with Fire. And the next book is called, it's called something. There's The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. So I have the arc for The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. I just got the arc 2 days ago, and the book comes out on the 19th. So, and I haven't read book 1. So I threw that into my calendar. So right now I'm reading Blood at the Root, because I'll be meeting the author next week. Yeah, I'll be meeting him next week, August 9th, for the release of his second book. So I want to read this one first. And then I'll be reading, wait, hang on a second. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So, for those who don't know, and for those who know, I make a calendar with what books I'm going to be reading when, because I'm a strategic reader. I have author events coming up. I have arc releases coming up. I just realized in my calendar, I put the same book twice, which is fantastic, because that means I have more time to read another book. I can move that. I love happy accidents. Anyways, that's not important, but I'm happy. But what other books do we have happening? So essentially, I could read The Night Ends in Fire. Is that what? I was supposed to read that this weekend anyways. Yeah, so after this book, I'll be reading The Night Ends in Fire. And then I could honestly jump into Poppy War. I think I'll start Poppy War next week. That sounds promising. Reading the third Mistborn book. Oh my goodness. That's a series that I need to tackle just for the length of the series. The Sanderson universe, Sword of Truth, Shadowhunters universe. I think I'm gonna throw my hands up and give up on ever reading Game of Thrones. It's just not in my priority list. I don't think I'll ever, like, of all the fantasy series I have, I think that's one that I'll just, like, unhaul from my bookshelf. So. I know, I'm excited to read it too. Like, I'm staring at the box set because I keep telling myself I'm going to read the Poppy War series, and I don't because I have arcs coming up, I have author events coming up. I was supposed to read it last, I would be reading it now, had it not been for, like, discovering the author of Blood at the Root was coming in 2 weeks. Discovering that, and then getting the arc, which is book 2, to book 1 that I haven't. So there's 3 books that essentially just bumped the Poppy Wars in the last, like, 3 pages. Not yet, Petra. I keep saying I will. Like, can I do this without destroying the world? I might be able to. Let me see. I might be able to. I have 2 bags full of books, not including the ones on my shelf that I plan on unhauling. I've even, like, I've forgotten what kinds of books I have in here, to be honest with you. But I just need to, like, take photos of them and post them, and I haven't yet. And now's the best time to do it because I'm home. What I'm thinking of doing is posting it on my Pango, but then also posting it on, like, Facebook Marketplace, because I feel more comfortable delivering it as opposed to shipping it. I think I'm honestly more afraid of the shipping than anything, shipping on Pango. But I will be selling books on Pango.com. Find the author events. So to find the author events, I follow a lot of different bookstores on Instagram, and I follow a lot of authors. So usually for the authors and the bookstores, they'll usually post it on their stories. So every day when I log on to my Instagram account, I'll see Books A Million in Arlington, or in Austin, Texas. They have a lot of big author signings. I'll see Half Price Books flagship. I'll follow specific authors, and they're like, I'll be in this town. Christopher Paolini posted that he'd be in Houston. So I follow bookstores and I follow authors, and every day I'm just checking their stories. I just go through them all. And that way you find out when they have, like, events coming near you. More authors. I love Came to Montreal. I have lucked out that living in Texas, a lot of authors come to Texas, but they don't always come to, like, the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I live. So, like, a lot of them have gone to Austin, and luckily I have family in Austin, and I can go hang out with them for the night, but it's still like, I'm gonna go drive 3 hours to meet somebody and have them sign a book and then come back. Nervous of the shipping too. Super easy though. I just ordered the Aragon series. Yes! Aragon win! Most authors and publishers forget Louisiana exists, or Mississippi. And honestly, like, I work a lot with, like, event logistics. So I understand. Now, I don't work with book and author event logistics, but I do know that it could be up to specific publishers. It could be they have to meet certain requirements. It could be the popularity of the book. as well. Like they're, you know, if their book is aimed at a specific demographic and there's like a lot of pre-orders already, or there's a lot of like interest from this area, because even like on Instagram, things like that, a lot of those social media platforms that authors utilize give them an analysis of the demographics, like what regions and what demographics are really more interested in their books and their product. So, I mean, that could also play into how they decide where they're gonna go. Not always. I'm just, like, throwing things out here. It could also be, like, past relationship with bookstores. Or if authors invite them to places. But also, like, sometimes... I don't know. I don't know if authors have to, like, pay for their own kind of, like, tours. I don't know how that works out. Fact is, population density is higher elsewhere. Yeah. I mean, I think also, like, maybe not the more popular authors, but there's some really great authors. Follow your favorite authors. Follow them. You'll never know who pops up, and maybe the bookstores aren't advertising them, and the author will tell you where they'll be. Sometimes the authors go to churches. So... that's where I met Christopher Paolini, was at a church, sponsored by a bookstore. All right, 30 minutes on the clock, everybody. Happy sprinting. Alright. How did that go for you guys? Woo! Not yawning, not yawning, not yawning. We're not from some keen read. We're not from here. I'm gonna get here end of next month. Woof. It's a good read at any time, though. That is a long wait for a book. Excuse me. I'm not yawning. I just need more air. 5 pages of Don Quixote. It's from over there. We didn't have it here. Yes, Jenny Torres Sanchez. I don't know who it's. I think it's under a publisher, but it's not like mass produced. Where did I put that book? Oh, it's right there. Who is the publisher? Yeah, I don't even think it's like a well-known like international publisher. It might just be like a small local publisher too. Page 149 for Isabella. Finally making some progress on Sunrise on the Reaping. Yes, Sunrise on the Reaping teaches you that Haymitch is allowed to have as much alcohol and rest as he requests at the beginning of Hunger Games. Give that man whatever he wants. Don't question it. I had to order it off. It's valid. Cause I don't know if you guys have Pango books. Like here, like I can type a book into Google and Google will tell me different places that sell that book. I don't know how it looks in Australia, so it might be different for you. Hit the other Isabella. There's 2 Isabellas on YouTube. That's not confusing. The other Isabella hit 25%. In the middle of chapter 13, page 184. Page 228 of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. How are you liking it? Because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to a local book club and some people absolutely loved it. There was a few that were like, I don't know if I liked it. I loved it. Absolutely. It's one of my favorite books for sure. Red Queen has made me laugh. I love when a book... Yes, I love it when a book makes me laugh. I think the funniest book I have read so far is Iron Flame. Yeah, I think Iron Flame wins for the funniest book. Six of Crows. Six of Crows might come close. I read them like a year apart, so it's hard to compare. But yeah, I think Six of Crows and Iron Flame are the funniest books I've read. If you like humorous books, check out Stephanie Plume series by Ivanovich. Stephanie Plume series. I like humor mixed into my fantasy. I don't think I've ever read like a humor book before. Usually TikTok watcher, but I've been switching over to YouTube because of the quality. Yes, the YouTube quality is good. The only thing that I hate is if my Wi-Fi has like been somewhat glitchy the last few days, so I've just been kind of like paranoid with YouTube for now. I'm really enjoying it so far. My first V.E. Schwab book. It won't be the last. So if Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil is your first V.E. Schwab book, I recommend afterwards reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's slightly slower pace, still the same writing, but there is an Easter egg character. There's a cameo from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue that shows up in Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. You don't need to, like... it's not mandatory to read one and then the other. Like, they're totally separate standalones. It's literally like an Easter egg cameo that shows up in Bury Our Bones. Got it because I Miss Dragon Lady here too. Yeah. YouTube has a longer delay. That is just how they are. YouTube has a longer delay from streaming. And it's actually better because, like, if my internet goes down... YouTube has essentially recorded enough that I have maybe about like a minute for the connection to reconnect for it to continue endless, like good streaming. So there's a little bit more of a delay. Plus, I'm using a software that adds the banner. So there's like a middleman situation. So TikTok, you're going to see what I say first. YouTube, you're going to have better quality. It is the best Easter egg. Although it's questionable. It's questionable because we were talking about it in book club. The cameo in Bury Our Bones, no, like, does that mean... And this is just a thought for you, Samantha, to like think of afterwards, not really discuss here. But the name that we saw, does that mean that she was looking at her as she wrote the name? That's the whole thing. I there's not enough discussion of it happening on online. I don't have TikTok, afraid of China spying. Oh, Isabella, that whole China spying on you thing is a complete lie. I promise you. And yeah, it's not a thing. I don't know what country you're in, so your country might have different rules. But here's the thing: if you have a cell phone, you're tracked by everyone. A lot of people don't know. For example, the TSA wait times. You know, you go into an airport and it says your TSA estimated wait times. That is based off of everyone's Bluetooth signal as they enter the airport, and like your phone is being tracked without you realizing it as you enter the airport via Bluetooth. Your phone's always tracked. If you're driving down the freeway, there's buildings that grab information from your phone. This is not conspiracy. You can look all of this up. It's factual, and it is how phone data is processed. So literally the only way that you can be not tracked and keep your life private is by getting rid of all technology. So there's that. Everyone, the government has everything they need. It's yeah. YouTube doesn't lag that much behind. Yeah, it just, I think it just depends on the person as well too. Yeah, Samantha, message me afterwards and I can tell you, because I didn't even think about it until the local book club I went to. We talked about the Easter egg, and I was like, wait, hang on, how is that possible? And there's not enough speculation online for me to do a deep dive. Like, everyone's like, oh, Easter egg, and I'm like, wait, how? So it's fun though. Giving them by project stuff they don't need. We're tracked enough. Yeah, we're tracked. We're tracked enough. We're already at the point where you go to get on your airplane and they scan your face and they have all your boarding information. Like, it's already a thing. It is already a thing. My brother and I work in technology. My brother much more in technology. Huge Matrix fans. It's like they have had all of our information for the last like 15 years. Nothing is secret. I guarantee you, nothing is secret. Thanks, Mackenzie. I don't know what I did. I did wash my hair today, and I just, like, put antifreeze stuff, but it does what it wants. It tends to, like, behave more to my liking if I've ran that day. So, it might do more of what I want when I go running. We shall see. You can reduce spying by turning off cookies, JavaScript, and that you're spied on. Yeah, all the apps that you have. When I bought a computer, I bought a brand new computer just to go, like, it's like my editing, my media computer. It had so much pre-installed junk. So many things that are like, it'll make it, it's like super user-friendly when you start it up, that I had to go through the manual and do a deep search dive and talk with my brother. I had to go, like, I spent days uninstalling, toggling things off. Like, I had to turn so much stuff off to be able to utilize the computer in the way that I wanted it to, without it trying to, like, automatically do things, automatically connect to my accounts, automatically give. I was like, I don't need you to do all that. So, like, every piece of technology that we get, especially the new technology, is already programmed to do what we don't want it to do, and you don't know it because you're just agreeing to the terms and conditions. So the people that are on Facebook, like, I don't give Facebook permission to blah, 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 blah. It's like, terms and conditions. You gave it permission by making an account. So, yeah. So, I have an Apple for work, only for efficiency, but I have a PC for editing. I actually prefer working on a PC. There's a lot of limitations on Mac, and I don't like how it's just so specific to itself. But like the airdrop feature, there's a lot of things that we utilize at work that, again, it's very efficient. I even have an iPhone, and everyone who has an Android, I'm jealous of you. I loved my Android. I miss my Android. And if, like, there's a lot of things that I do with my iPhone, with the rest of my the rest of my coworkers, that I'm like, it makes sense, but God, I miss Android. My ex has a Lexus, and I don't have, what is it, Alexis, Siri, I don't have any of that stuff. I hate that my phone has to have Siri turned on. I have the speech thing turned off, but you have to have Siri turned on to use it as CarPlay in your car. You can't use the GPS on the screen or anything like that without Siri turned on. I'm like, that's the only thing I hate. Tell Katie I said hi. Tell Katie I said hello to the after party, if you're still here. It's an iPhone for years and finally switched. I've started making me some. Oh yeah, iPhone's horrible. Think of how often you have to get an iPhone fixed, and look at how often you have to get an Android phone fixed. Android's better, for sure. Alright, guys. 30 minutes on the clock. Happy sprinting. Alright. How did that go for everyone? Trying to think if it's 20, 30 minutes to 9:50. The next sprint will be our last sprint, but we'll do it for 35 minutes instead of 30. Oh, did I just... Okay, well, at least I tabbed that page. I'm like, I just closed the book without putting the bookmark down. New chapter for Talia. 95 pages into Honored Vow. Yes! Honored... Okay, the whole Broken Blade series had, like, the best, most satisfying ending of any series, is what I remember the most about it. Who was it that said it earlier? Sharon, if you're still here, I don't know about the TikTok policy thing. I know that when I started the live, it was like, hey, this is changing August 14th. Click here to agree. And I'm like, I can't start the live unless I acknowledge this. So I'm going to go back and read whatever it is that's changing August 14th. I don't know. I understand who the author wrote this for. I understand what his goal was in writing this book. I'm only struggling in the fact that the more and more I read in this book, the more and more I feel like it's not YA. It's not bad, and I really have to put myself in a mindset of that upbringing. I have to change my mindset of what I think is acceptable. Because he really wrote this for a gap in demographics, right? I'm struggling with some of the language. Not saying cuss words, just the way that it's written, I'm struggling with it. And again, it's just because it just does not feel like a YA book. So, no, Daniel, they're entirely different series. Entirely different. The Forbidden Alchemy is actually going to be, I think it's also going to be a trilogy. And she currently already has, I think, the draft for the second book finished, or she's working on it. But the Glacian trilogy, like Ledge, Chasm Valley, that's its own trilogy. It's complete. You can read that on its own. Sharon, I'll go back to YouTube if it's weird. Yeah, I'll read and see what it is. A lot of people were freaking out about the rights to the music, and they're like, there was this one DJ, he's like, guys, I'm leaving TikTok because I cannot DJ starting tomorrow. And I'm like, if you would have read the things that were coming out, like, people are freaking out about stuff and putting things out before confirming anything. And certain countries were going to be enforcing copyrighted music during lives. US was not one of them. It doesn't affect us at all. People were like, no, look at this screenshot that I looked at. And they're like freaking out about it. Same thing about TikTok. They're making a US version. It's called M2. Nothing has ever been confirmed. Even TikTok themselves said it wasn't true. So it's like, people are just saying things and spreading it. So whatever it is that's happening August 14th that we got the pop-up for, I'm going to go back and read what it's about, because all the pop-up said was some policies will change. And it's not like, oh, well, TikTok's bad, we'll just move on to something else. Every social media site throughout the years goes through changes. It is what it is. Regular versus Walmart sprayed edges for the Glacian trilogy? I didn't know there was sprayed edges for the Glacian trilogy. I like my hardcovers. Started Plated Prisoner series and still deciding. I haven't read that one yet. Plated Prisoner, is that... Oh no, I'm thinking Prison Healer. I love the read books. Yes, it was a gift. Somebody gifted that to me. I think it was like right before the first TikTok shut down. I think it was like January or December. Somebody gifted that to me, and it's just like perfect because, you know, we're in a dragon's lair. So maybe dilute it for... Yeah, I'll see what it is, and if it's anything major, I'll let you guys know. But so anytime changes are made to like terms and agreements or whatever it is, anytime a change is made, by law they're supposed to notify you. So it literally could be, hey, we can no longer say gift, now we have to call it present. Like literally things like that where it doesn't affect you, but they have to let you know. So I'll see what it is. If it's worth anything mentioning, I'll mention it in a video. Otherwise, it'll be fine. So Forbidden Alchemy. Okay, Daniel, here's the good and the bad thing. Daniel, let me show you why you should consider that. Where are you? There you are. Nope, that's not you. Where's the book? All right. So Forbidden Alchemy. Here's the good and the bad. Forbidden Alchemy. Here is the regular edition, right? Right now that you can get it, and it's got the sprayed edges, and it's gorgeous, right? Very pretty book. I like this sprayed edge much better. This is the Walmart edition, right? I actually like this one. I bought this one first, and I was like, I'm just going to get this book. I'm just going to get the Walmart edition, and that's it. I don't need the other one. So I bought it, and I brought it home because it looks so much prettier. And I always take the stickers off when I get home. That's not a sticker. That's not a sticker. That is a permanent Walmart exclusive cover gift image on the cover. The author is well aware, and she hates it too. And she's like, the thousands of times I got that question during the tour, because I had she signed both of them for me. Yeah. And I was like, how do you feel about the sticker? She's like, I feel the same way y'all feel. So, yeah, she hates it too. Exactly, because Walmart decides, the retailer decides how they want to handle it. And it was, what I wanted to do, but I ran out of time, I wanted to cut out a white sticker, a plain white sticker, put it on there, and have Stacy draw something. Ran out of time, and we wouldn't have had time anyways, because it was a lot more crowded than I anticipated. Like, there was lines of people waiting for an autograph. So I'm probably gonna look on Etsy and see if someone has, there's people that actually make stickers to cover up that sticker, like to cover up the design. Like they'll make stickers to cover up the Amazon Prime or the Netflix logos. So I'll see if at some point somebody makes it, because that sucks. But she didn't have a choice in that. It's up to the retailer. And top 28 stickers, it was horrible. Yeah, it's annoying. Like, I understand if they have the permanent, like, I still hate it when they're like book of the month or YA book club or winner of this award. I'm like, put it in the back. Put it in the back of the book. I can't say it never happens, but I don't know of anybody that looks at a book and says, wow, it's an award winner? Wow, it's a YA book club winner? I need to buy this book now. Like, if anything, I think the permanent logos on the covers makes people buy them less. Again, this could just be me and my friends. I might not know. But I just feel like if I picked up a book, had I known that was a permanent Walmart logo, I probably would not have purchased it. But again, I take stickers off when I get home, so I didn't even try to peel it off because majority of the other books had peelable stickers. I had never gotten an exclusive edition at Walmart before. So, luckily, I don't shop at retail stores. I only get exclusive editions if I like them from Walmart or Target. But again, I've never had a permanent logo situation. I've even avoided all of the Wheel of Time books. I've avoided buying them because of the Amazon logo, which hilarious. All the books have the Amazon permanent logo on the book, and then Amazon like drops them and cancels the show. The link to the link to like the sticker, or what link, Sharon? I think I missed the message on there somewhere. No, Sharon, it's not a sticker. It's not a sticker. It's a logo. It's a logo that's part of the cover. It's a permanent logo. Like it's not stuck on there. It's part of the cover. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we're saying that it sucks. It's not a sticker. So it is my favorite version of the book, but it's absolutely disgusting. And the author apparently didn't know until it was already like printed, but she wouldn't have had a say because it's up to the retailer apparently. Alright, since this is the last sprint of the night, yeah. This is the last sprint, so we'll do a 35-minute, and that should get me just before 10 p.m. Reese Witherspoon ones. I probably haven't read any books that are under the Reese Witherspoon umbrella, because I've never encountered those before. Probably contemporary romance? Or contemporary fiction, maybe? But yeah, they absolutely suck. Absolutely suck. There was a book that I almost bought, and it had something like that, and I put it back on the shelf. I'm telling you, like, the permanent logos make me purchase less. So if their goal is to make people buy more, they're ruining the books. They're keeping them on the shelf longer is what's happening. So that sucks. But yeah, Daniel, I like what I'm gonna do when I have these on the shelf. Once I finish reading these books, because I shouldn't be reading them, they're gonna be displayed like that. All right, last sprint of the night. Happy reading, everybody. Okay, cool, Talia. Alright. Yay! I got past page 100. That's always a good goal. So what I got to page 127, which puts me at... Oh, I never put it in my... I never put it in my Excel sheet. Okay, how many pages are you? No spoilers, no spoilers. Author's acknowledgement. Where are you? Acknowledgements. 414. Okay. 31% into the book. Not bad. Can't even finish this chapter. Yeah, I skipped a lot of that book. I stuck around for the plot, but everything else in Silver Flames, I was like, I don't need that. Unpopular opinion, I understand. Okay. Awesome! 89, Nicole just got to page 89 just for the summer. Sonia, finished your book! Ooh, excuse me. Got to page 40 in Iron Widow. Dude, Iron Widow is awesome. She's like, she's not this poor girl that is gonna be strong in herself and be, she's just like, I know who I am, let's go. It's funny, like, the way that I want to describe her, I tried that once, and TikTok's like, you sound threatening, and I'm like, you know, okay, cool. Not talking about Iron Widow in that manner anymore, so, bet. Oh, just joining! Oh no, Ashton, we just finished! Oh, I'm so sorry, but, hang on. If you follow me, or even if you don't follow me, you can put it on your calendar, but the rest of this week, except for Thursday, I do have my schedule pinned on my TikTok profile, and I do plan on being back tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. Ashton, you can check if Purely Katie, is it Purely Katie? Katie's normally on this late. Somebody, this hair, what do you want to do? Let me see who's on right now. I would normally recommend Katie. I always joke that she's the after party because she's always on later than me. Sun usually goes to sleep about 9-ish. Oh, nice. Okay, she is on. Awesome. So it is Purely Katie K. Purely Katie K. If someone can type that and I'll pin it. She is doing reading sprints right now. She's awesome as well. So if you guys are not done with your books, you want to keep going for another round on TikTok, hop over to Purely Katie K. Whoa, that's so weird. Like, I'm looking at her live and then she just looked at the camera and I thought she was looking into my soul. If you're on YouTube, I am learning my YouTube reading sprinters. So I have no one to recommend, but on TikTok, there's Katie. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight to YouTube first. YouTube, you guys have a wonderful night. If you're almost done reading your books, please finish your books. If you guys want to drop in the YouTube comments other reading sprint people I should check out, that way I can refer people to you if I see that they're live. or I can check them out myself. Because again, YouTube, I'm fairly new to the scope. I've been going live, but I haven't actually, like, explored the tube as much as I should have. Sorry. But YouTube, you guys have a wonderful night. I will be on tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. Good night, YouTube!